Well, hello again. Before going on with the presentations, yesterday I was talking with the other coordinators that we should have had a wonderful dinner at Cáceres last evening, but the problem we are living with these pandemic times has some advantages, and I would like to thank so much all the interests that all the colleagues that have been attending these presentations, all these discussions, all this time. It would be impossible for all of us to be together. So these online meetings have this advantage, and thank you so much for taking part of this. Now we are going on with Christian, that we will talk about the project that is preparing in Bergamo. Christian is a guitar teacher and a guitarist that studied in Milano at the Conservatorio Giuseppe Verdi and also in Siena. He has obtained several prizes in international competitions. He has also playing around, including in Portugal. He has also a beautiful CD with Giuliani's music. Christian, it has been a pleasure to work with you, and let's hear from you now. Thank you.
The same for me, Riccardo. Thank you for your nice words. So, good morning, everyone. Just starting the presentation. Okay, dear colleagues, let me first tell you that I am honored to be here. I'm very excited to have the chance to tell you about my school and the city where I'm teaching guitar. I divided the word in 3 main sections. The first one wants to investigate about some highlights of the city of Bergamo. We will discover a few points, facts, and curiosities that I think can be interesting and also useful for the future travels, and also for people who will stay in Bergamo for the project. So this is the section about the city that has 3 main points that let us see Bergamo from different points of view. And the first one is entitled Strategic Position, looking towards Europe. So we will find out something more on Bergamo's position in Italy and in Europe, position that will turn out to be quite strategic. The second point is named Two Heart Beating, the ancient meet the new. And it's quite a poetical title. It's quite a poetic title. I was inspired when I figured out that. And the third and the last main point will focus on the upsides and on the downsides of living in Bergamo. And more precisely, on what I've called the price of dynamism. So we will see that Bergamo is a lively city with people coming and going, especially from a working life point of view, but all this has a price to pay, which of course, it's a situation that Bergamo shares with other Italian and European cities. I mean, we're talking about traffic, we're talking about pollution. Here we go. So about the strategic position, Bergamo is here. I think you can all see the mouse pointer. Has a relevant position, first of all, in Italy. It's in the north of Italy, in Lombardy region, Lombardia, and it's just 40 kilometers away from, far away from Milan. and Milan is considered as the economical capital of Italy. And also Bergamo and Milan are well connected by train, by bus. Always talking about its position in Italy, it's very important on this direction, from west to east and the other way around, because it's in a transit position. So if you want to go from the important cities of Western Italy, like for example, I don't know, Turin, to the east, and at the east we have, for example, Veneto, which is another Italian region with a bustling industrial life, you have to pass through Bergamo, and the same, of course, the other way around. Actually, Bergamo has also a crucial position towards Europe, as we see in the map, is almost at the geometric center of the continent. So both in this direction and also from south to north. I mean, if you want to go, let's say, from France to other European countries in the east, you can pass through Bergamo. And the same happens if you go to Italy, to other places in Europe. And I mean, the convenient part of being here is that from here, you can get to the other countries of Europe quite easily. I mean, you could go also by car. Of course, we're not talking about Scandinavia or extreme north countries, but France and Germany are quite reachable, I would say. I used to have, because we're still friends, a colleague at Liceo Secco Suardo in Bergamo, who teaches saxophone, who studied in Amsterdam at Conservatorio. And when he used to come back from Holland, from the Netherlands to Italy for holidays, sometimes he did it by car. So, you know, it's not a short trip, but it's doable. Actually, it's doable. So the city hosts the Caravaggio International Airport, which is quite unusual, I should say, for a 120,000 people city to have an international airport. Actually, this airport serves also Milan. In fact, sometimes it's indicated like Milan-Bergamo Airport. But even if it's very well connected to Milan, the Caravaggio International Airport is in the metropolitan city of Bergamo's territory. And moreover, it's only 5 kilometers far from the city center. The airport hosts essentially like Ryanair, Wizz Air, Voltia, and connects Bergamo with the most important European cities. Maybe not with the very most convenient airport, but it's just good this way. In addition, it's not so common to have so close to the city international airport. I mean, for example, in Milano, we have Milano Linate, which is a city airport just inside the city, but the main international airport of Milan is 60 kilometers far from Milan, Milano Malpensa. So, new paragraph, we have a beautiful landscape of Bergamo. And this poetic title, Towards Beating the Ancient Meets the New, witnesses the double nature of Bergamo, which actually develops on 2 levels. In the picture, we can see the historical town, the so-called upper town, this one, that dominates the lower town that you can see here in the foreground. So let's start with the upper one, which is the ancient one. It's built on the hills, and it's the one that preserved the ancient and medieval spirit. It was founded by Cenomani Celtic tribe, And you may be wondering, is this information so essential? Actually, no, it's not so essential, but it's just to give the idea of the antiquity of Bergamo's roots. We're talking about centuries before Christ, so many, many, many years ago. And probably it was part of the Roman Empire since the year 49 before Christ. Actually, well, in Italy, almost 99.99% of the cities, of the places had something to do with the Romans, as you know. And a very important period, historical period, was the one under the Republic of Venice. At that time, we're talking about the Middle Ages. In Italy, there were some sea towns that had political autonomy and economic power due to the sea trades. And historians call them maritime republics. And the main four were Venezia, Pisa, Amalfi, and Genova. And in the 16th century, Bergamo has endured the French and the Spanish invasion. After the Venetians recaptured, the decision to build something to protect the city was taken. And that's the birth of the Venetian walls that you can see here in the picture, built as a fortification to protect Bergamo, which was a crucial junction for the trades with Central Europe, and which is also the western limit of the Republic of Venice. And why are these Venetian walls so important? They're important because in 2017, they gained the recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And their path today is fully walkable. So it's pretty cool. In the picture, you can see also Porta San Giacomo, which is one of the four main gates to enter the upper town. So this is a view of the lower town, which is the modern and more related to economy, banks, offices, is the most active one. It had a later development compared to the upper town, and it's not built on hills, but has a flat territory. And here in the picture, because we were talking about offices, economy, you can see the main Bergamo's bank, which is Banca Popolare di Bergamo. Unfortunately, all this dynamism has a price to pay because, of course, we have a lot of cars moving every day and day and night. So traffic is often congested, even due to the fact that in Italy, it's difficult to build large roads because of the territory and because of the presence of cultural heritage. In addition, there are several very important industries in the surrounding areas. I'm talking about Brembo, for example, which is a very important industry which produce braking systems at a very high level. And for high level, I mean that Formula One racing cars use Brembo brakes. Also, MotoGP motorcycles use Brembo brakes. And also, for example, Tenaris. Tenaris is an industry in Dalmine, which produces steel. It's a very famous and big industry. So all these join to the geographic and the geographical position leads to high rates of pollution, which in Bergamo, it's a very big deal. I mean, a very big issue. Now, second main topic, let's talk a bit about the school, the Paolina Secco Suardo Musical High School. And the first point is Liceo Musicale Paolina Secco Suardo, a different ordinary school. I was quite inspired when I wrote these slides. And I called Liceo Paolina Secco Suardo a different ordinary school because it's a normal high school. And in this school, there are students in a 14, 18 years old range. In the morning, these students have, let's call ordinary classes like maths, literature, philosophy, and also theoretical and music subjects like music theory, music technology, and some practical ensemble music subjects like choir, chamber music. Once or twice a week, each student attend musical instrument classes. Every student plays 2 instruments, one as a main instrument and one as a secondary instrument. And if your main instrument is a polyphonic one, the second one must be a melodic instrument, or vice versa. So if you play guitar as a main instrument, your second instrument is gonna be or a violin or a clarinet, and the same vice versa. The Paolina Secco Suardo High School includes 2 different branches. One is the Liceo Musicale, which is the lyceum involved in our project, and the other one is Liceo delle Scienze Umane, Humanities Lyceum, which is an address devoted to Latin, pedagogy, education. So about the rooms, we had important renovation works at our school about 3-4 years ago. The result is that we have 2 halls available for the events. One is Sala Elisir, named in this way as a tribute to the 19th century composer Gaetano Donizetti, who was born in Bergamo and who composed l'Elisir d'Amore. And the other one is the main hall that you can see in the picture, and it's Auditorium Europa. Actually, this name fits quite well with our project. And this is the biggest hall in the institute. I don't know how many people can sit in here actually, but there's plenty of room. And actually, there are also some standing places on these balconies you can see in the picture. So give just a couple of minutes devoting to the program. Actually, if you want a precise idea of the program and the students gonna play when they will come here in Bergamo, you cannot get it, but because it's under construction at the moment, and there are different ideas under examination, so we are talking about it, and we're talking about different solutions. There's the first idea to devote the entire program, the whole program, to Italian music, because the theme we were assigned was nationalistic music or 20th century music. And we have quite many composers from the 20th century for guitar. I'm talking about Castelnuovo Tedesco, for example, or Ildebrando Pizzetti, who was one of Castelnuovo Tedesco's teacher. Another idea is to consider a more wide program dedicated to different nationalistic currents. And I'm talking about just devoting a part of the program, for example, to Russian current, Glinka, Mussorgsky, then a part of the program to the Finnish school, so Sibelius, composers from Norway, Greek. We have also the chance to collaborate with a Studentina Plucked Ensemble, which is a plucked orchestra based in Bergamo, and its conductor is teaching actually at Paolina Secco Suardo, is teaching mandolin. And there are also some ideas to involve other students and teachers in the project. For example, with the purpose of arranging parts for guitar orchestra, we have students studying theory and composition at Liceo Musicale, and we have colleagues with a degree in composition or with several works published as composers, like Guido Umberto Sacco or Giovanni Podera, who used to compose for guitar. Students also study music technology, how to record music, how the microphones are made. So we will try to involve them in recording the final concert of the meeting. So we are at the end of this presentation. I thank you so much for your attention and can't wait to see you hopefully soon in Bergamo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian. Wonderful presentation. And with the time, we keep going very, very well. So if any of you want to do some questions, please raise your hand. Well, your city is really really beautiful. I don't know it, but the traffic in Italy from the cities I know is always a bit stressful. But I'm sure the times will pass there will be delightful. Your history is very very rich, and musically speaking also. So the problem, I believe, it's to choose the proper program and to see what fits better to this project. I would like just to ask you if in the meantime no one raised the hand yet. How are your guitar students evolving, and are there many students seeking a musical career? How do you see it there?
I think it depends. It depends, and it changes from student to student. I mean, there are several students that play just for fun, which is a good thing, but maybe don't have that, that I want to get it. I want to reach the top of level. I have to study, a lot of hours per day to make it always better. So it's they study a couple of hours and then it's okay, I'm gonna do something else. Then we have few students that really believes in what they're doing. So of course they study a lot of hours per day. So of course their improvement are very more touchable, very more concrete, And then we have also, a few students that doesn't really want to study a lot. I mean, I don't know if you understand what's the point. I mean, it's studying an instrument and studying music. It's, I think, very democratic. The more you practice, the more you improve. Maybe if you don't have, a real talent, you won't get to an absolute level. But of course, your improvement will be evident if you practice a lot. But if you have a great talent and you don't practice, well, you can do a lot of great things at the beginning, but then you won't be able to reach the top. So it's a combination of, talent and hours spent with your instrument.
Yeah, that's it. This whole project, I believe, will create it with our students at least the knowledge that they can get a musical career, and that is the most important for me. You are talking about how democratic it is and how fair it is. If you work hard, you will get surely better results, and it's absolutely true. I believe that when I believe in that, we should have more students learning guitar, learning music seriously. Even if just a few of them want to really seek a musical career. and with our schools, we should keep the doors open for, and well, the windows open for them to see how a musical career is, and how they can get to it if they want, if they really want, and to balance that with the fun they should also get. That is our hard work to do. I believe we all feel the same, a little bit at least. Well, I don't know if anyone else want to put any question about the marvelous city of Bergamo, about the repertoire. Well, I don't see. Yes, Daniel?
May I, Ricardo? Since nobody else,
sure.
I was wondering. I mean, actually, I've been in Bergamo. That was one of my only trip in Italy. Started in Bergamo, and I have the most unbelievable experience there, because it was probably the first cathedral or church I visit. And I was like finding this true beauty. Finally, it was an amazing experience. And I wonder, since Bergamo is so close to Milan, you're planning to to take the kids to Milan or to other places around. I know for sure that this place is beautiful, everything around. So I wonder, first of all, if you're going to take the kids to Milan, because that the Il Duomo, everything is beautiful over there. And also, I have something to say. When I was there, I didn't feel this, this traffic. I mean, it was in August. I didn't feel all this traffic. Is it really like that there in Bergamo?
And so the answer to your first question is yes. We are considering to bring kids and students to Milan. Of course, we'll have to see the situation. I mean, the meeting in Bergamo will be hopefully in autumn 2022. So I really hope that for that time, this difficult situation we are through will be over. So we'll be able to say, let's go there, let's go here, let's do this, without masks, without problem of gathering too many people together. So of course, it's one of the things we are taking into consideration to bring the kids also to Milan. And the answer to your second question is yes, it's really like this, but it depends on the time of the year. In August, for example, our cities gets empty because all people go on vacation, go to the seaside. So you didn't experience all this problem with the traffic because it was maybe in the middle part of August. So the city was empty. Then it depends also on the time of the day. I mean, first in the morning, early in the morning, it's a nightmare. I mean, when people schedule meetings at 8 o'clock in the morning, I entitled a section upsides and downsides, and that's definitely a downside, because you have to leave your home like 1 hour and a half before to get there. I mean, I live very far from Bergamo. It's 40 kilometers, but I know that when I get to the city, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be trouble at that time of the day. In other period of the day, I mean, if you early in the afternoon, you're not gonna get all that traffic. But it's a problem, in Italy, if you want to build a larger road, there's a project and there's a lot of bureaucracy, of course. Then even if you go over the bureaucracy, okay, they start to dig to get the road larger. Then they found something, oh, that belongs to the Romans. Let's stop for like 10 years. Or yes, we can make a larger road there. It's okay. What's there? A church. Okay, we cannot touch it. So we have this kind of problem. And so the traffic, it's, yes, quite a nightmare.
Thank you, Christian.